Hello, my gorgeous Geminis. How are you? I have a confession to make before I go any further. Oh dear. When I was doing all the astrology, the zodiac monthlies, I did Geminis and it was really good. And then of all the ones, the readings that I lost, it was Geminis. So I'm so sorry, and this is why it's taken me so long to upload September. However, as a result, you are officially the first people to ever see my spread laid out like this. And it's taken me a while, but I persisted, and now I've got it. So you can see exactly what I'm looking at when I'm looking at it. If you've seen me at all, you will know that sometimes I don't shuffle and then cut the deck and then deal. I shuffle and whatever falls out, I read. As a result, it can take quite a long time to get a reading out, and to save you time and to allow me more time to actually do the reading, I've cut it back so that you only have to see the reading. Anyway, this month, for the month of September, I've laid it out in 4 weeks, and the top row is the sun row. That's our spirit, what we show the world, and in this reading it's our outside face, the face we show the world, our career, our image, and you know, our desires and all of that. The second row is the moon row, and that's our unconscious, the unknown, the hidden, our intuition, and also what we keep to ourselves, our emotions, our feelings, our fears, our hopes. That's in this row. The third row is advice from spirit. So let's go. First week, which unfortunately is nearly over, but let me know how it goes. Starts with, unfortunately, where am I? Because this is all new, bear with me. It starts with emotional loss. And in the normal tarot, this is the 5 of Cups. Not that this tarot isn't normal, it's just a different format. So when you look at when you look at the standard 5 of Cups, it's, I call it crying over spilt milk. There's 3 cups shattered in front, but the 2 cups are behind, and the person is not looking at those. They're just not seeing it. And in this particular card, you'll see hand over heart. So there's obviously a wounding there, but the greater message is the look behind you. So I'm hoping it's not too heavy for you at the beginning of September, because I don't like to see you sad, especially not from the get-go. There is good news for you though, so hold that thought. Underneath that feeling of emotional loss is the throat chakra card. Now, it's a 5 and a 5, so take from that what you will. You've got, I don't know, before we go any further, just press pause on the reading. You've got 3 5s, 3 2s. These 2 cards add up to 8, so you've got 3 8s. So a couple of others thrown in there. as well. You might want to check up repeating numbers because I'm learning those, but I haven't quite got it down pat yet. Anyway, so the throat chakra is all about speaking our truth. And when it's in alignment, our communication is flowing, it's honest, it's compassionate. There's no defensiveness in it or aggression. It just is gentle and flowing. I'm sorry if I'm shaking the camera. I've just realised that that's probably what I was doing. Anyway, so I find it really interesting that in the first week, you've got the throat chakra, which is about speaking truth, but then the advice card is listening. Now, what I got from this is, because this is in the unconscious, subconscious, hidden realm, I think quite often we will keep our emotional feelings, especially grief and loss and hurt, to ourselves. We won't share it because we either have experience or we have the concern that we won't be heard. And if you're not the one going through emotional loss, but your partner or a family member or someone you work with is, my strong suggestion to you is to be the person doing the listening. Allow them, encourage them to speak their truth, to be honest and open, and to get out what they need to get out, and you be the listening source. And likewise, if it's you going through this, then find someone you can trust. And if you are feeling like you are truly alone, then tweak that belief, because there is always someone out there who is prepared and happy to listen. Now, I don't know about other countries, but in Australia we've got places like Beyond Blue or Lifeline that you can actually ring and talk to a complete stranger, so there's no fear of judgment, there's no worry about preconceived ideas or anything. You can just ring and talk. So that's the suggestion coming through, is to find someone who you can be honest and speak your truth with, and who will listen. The other thing to remember with the listening card is that you have the opportunity to truly listen to yourself. And there's musical notes in this card, and I literally, before I sat down to do this reading, was listening to music that resonates with me and that encourages me to be the best person I can be and to look a little deeper. So if you're feeling emotional loss, and honestly, this could be anything. It could be actual grief over the loss of a loved one, or it could be having your feelings hurt because, take your pick, your feelings got hurt. So it's a really good idea not to overdo it, but as well as finding someone to talk to, it's a good idea to listen to yourself and have a gentle chat with yourself about why these emotions are coming up, and what they're based on. Are they based on current reality, or are they based on preconceived beliefs from childhood, from something that's happened in childhood? Have a little chat with yourself, but don't be hard on yourself. Just be gentle, because coming into the second week, we have the card of the waiting game. Now this is the Two of Wands in Standard Tarot. And it talks about manifesting, you know, putting out to the universe or the world what it is you want, but being prepared to be patient. Trust that the timing is not particularly our timing, it's universal timing. So we need to put it out and be patient and to tend to our own lives while we're waiting. Don't just stand still. You've got to keep going. So after you've had a little think over in week 1 and you've listened to yourself or had someone listen to you, or then hopefully by week 2 you will have a clearer idea of what it is you truly want. And one of the ways to work out what you truly want is what you don't want. And it's very easy when people say, what do you want? You quite often say, I don't know. They say, do you know what you don't want? Oh, yes. I don't want this and I don't want that and I don't want something else. So that eliminates a whole heap of stuff, and that will help you get a better idea of what it is you do want. Don't forget, because in the unconscious, unseen realm, this is the Four of Cups. And I love this because sometimes in the Standard Tarot it's three spilt cups and one being offered. Now in some, the one is a divine offer. In others, it's an offer of the same shit that you've already gone through. But in this, it's telling you to turn around. He's got his back to the opportunity. And as long as he's looking out or down, you're missing this. So while you're waiting and you've put it out there, don't forget to look, because it could be rating right behind you and you're too busy, you know, looking at this to see what's being offered to you. And don't forget that in this card, where are we? That spiritually speaking, we are co-creators, and we co-create our experiences and our world with the divine, with spirit. We manifest, whether you want it to call it God, spirit, the source, or even dark matter and you know, quantum physics. You are co-creating. And the deeper your commitment to co-create, then the more likely you are to receive and gain what you're really asking for. It also comes back to listening. This turning around to see what you're not seeing is another way of saying, you know, keep your ears open, keep your eye on the prize, because you might be missing it. So keep your commitment to your path, to the path that we're all walking. Because in week 3, yay, there's a brand new start. All fresh and shiny and new. And if you look down, this is why I'm so glad that you get to see the cards now. If you can have a look there, that's my dog. Hop down, puppy. There you go. If you look at the layout, I find it lovely because this person stepping on, you know, standing on top of the world is actually looking down at this almost inner child. And while this is the Eight of Swords, and he's feeling helpless and hopeless because he doesn't know which way to go, and there's mountains, and the Eight of Swords is usually being trapped by your own thoughts. To me, this is a perfect reflection of these two. And it's almost like she's looking at this child saying, pick, it doesn't matter. Either way, you can't go wrong. Either way, you can always come back and go the other way. You can change and chop, and instead of being stuck standing still, be excited. Change the way you're looking at things. Change the way you look at things, and what you see will change. To give you an example, if this person changed the way they were looking, literally turned around, what they were seeing would be different. They wouldn't see depth and despair. They would turn around and see the world and infinite possibilities awaiting them. And there's an 8, and there's an 8. So, and I love that this is a child, because if you look at children, really look at children, little children, they're curious. They haven't learnt yet to be afraid of the unknown. They would crawl up one lot of steps, because they aren't stuck with fear of missing out. And that's a big one. Fear of missing out, fear of getting it wrong, fear of what if. And it's all fear of lack. Fear of lack. It's lack mentality. You're not looking at what you can gain. You know, and are you going to stand still, or are you going to take a step? Who knows? But this is the wishing well card. And I really like it because it can be seen so many different ways. I think the advice coming from this is that if you just stand still, wishing, waiting, and hoping, nothing will change. It will be a facade. It will be, you know, one of those fake wishing wells set up just to make money for the owner of wherever it's set up. It's rubbish. It's made of nothing. And you will be wasting all your time and energy wishing, waiting, and hoping for something, here it is, a mask, that isn't real. So, and that's the same here with the waiting game. You can wish and wait and hope and stand still, but standing still doesn't turn the time that you need. And with the image reflection of this spiral here, there's definitely something saying, don't just stand still. Don't just wait, wish and hope that things would change and get better. You are responsible to continue the commitment to grow and learn and develop. And that means pick a path. Take one. You've got nothing to lose except growing up and standing still in the same position, moving right along. Make sure your wishes are backed up with action. So this is kind of I want to say a Taurus or a Capricorn month. for you guys. It's all about looking at things realistically, facing things for what they are, being responsible for your part in it all, and basically moving. Being okay with moving at a standard pace, not too fast, not too slow, but moving. Because in week 3, you've got financial and material changes. And here, this is the last week, week 4. This is where I find my ears really pricked up and I went, oh, look at this. Because you've got this financial and material changes card, and it's spread over, you know, the 4 elements. And over that, 5 and 6, came the 3rd eye chakra. And talking about keeping an eye out and listening and paying attention to the opportunities and the available options to you. Here comes the 3rd eye, and it's about using your intuition. Not just, things aren't always what they seem, because underneath it, you've got this refusing to see card, and look at what you're refusing to use. And again, there's this back turned on the world. It's turned, here he's facing the light, but stuck. And these two completely turned his back on it and stuck. There's a lot of stuck energy in this reading. But I love the fact that these two came out in that in this week you have the opportunities. There is the opportunity if you open it, if you allow it. Don't sit in fear. Don't refuse to see the options. And even it might be because the options mean a bit of work, mean stepping into the unknown, mean doing something a bit differently to what you've done before, and you don't want to do that because it's scary and it's unknown. Tough. This is the week to do it. This is the week to make the changes that you need to make. And the advice card is my all-time favourite card because it reminds me of my grandmother. And she believed in fairies and she was a master gardener. So that's my favourite card, and you guys are the only ones who've got it. To me, this is... Sorry, give me a moment. This is the most pivotal advice you could receive in all of this, because it... Go back and look at yourself when you were born. They're the little eggs, little hatchlings. Oh, I love them, little hatchlings. Now, when you were born, you were perfect. Brand spanking new. You didn't know fear. You didn't know lack of self-worth. You didn't know social comparison. You didn't know negative self-belief. You didn't know any of that. All you knew was that you didn't know and you were curious. And incredibly resilient. Have you ever seen a child learn how to walk? Man, are they resilient. Fall down, get back up, fall down, get back up, fall down and get back up. That's resilience. And somewhere was someone looking at you with pure love and acceptance, with no judgment, just pure love and acceptance for who you were. Now, the advice from this is to start looking at yourself that way. Start seeing yourself that way. Open your eyes. Open your heart. Let go of the emotional loss that you felt from believing all this crap. Open your eyes and see yourself as you truly are before all the crap hit. Before you were taught differently. Before you learnt to be scared and stuck. And before you decided that it was better just to wish and wait and hope and put all your power in something bigger and better than you, and not to do any work. And for God's sake, don't go into the unknown. Don't learn something new, because it's all big and scary bullshit. It's all bullshit. This is the overarching advice for this reading. Start fresh. Look at yourself with fresh eyes. Look at your surroundings with fresh eyes. Co-create with spirit. And co-creating doesn't just mean wishing, it means working. Unfun, I know, but so worth it, because then you'll hatch fairies, and fairies are wonderful. Now, to finish off the reading, I've been doing a rebel card for everybody. And so as a result, my loves, if you don't like swearing or in-your-face advice, I suggest, and I won't be offended, if you turn off now. However, this is a little bit of light fun, and from the other readings, I've discovered that they're pretty accurate too. So, rebels, you lovely little rebels, what are you giving for Gemini in September? Here we are. It doesn't make better fucking choices. I love it. If you're pissed at where you are, then stop taking yourself there. See? Now, you might not believe, and I don't really care if you do or not, that I shuffle these until they fall out. Honest, true. I don't care, because I know it's true. But you saw me do this. Now, I've been talking about making choices, not wishing and waiting, taking the decision to move, opening your eyes, making changes that you need to do, choosing to co-create and working towards it. Make better fucking choices. If you're pissed at where you are, then stop taking yourself there. Stop standing still. Move somewhere else. I love you guys. And I'm so happy that you were the first to see the spread. Oh, go you guys. Oh, please let me know. Please tell me what you've done. And please tell me how scary it is and how proud you are that you've been brave enough to do it. Okay, as always, loves and hugs and kisses.